Good afternoon. Today we are doing an alternate walking tour of Amman.
Cars does not drive in front of the mosque.
Good morning. We have made our way to Jerash, and we are standing in front of the main archway to the entry of this ancient city, built between the 1st and 3rd century AD. It's really massive, 13 meters in height. Can't miss it when you're driving up here, so it's pretty exciting. It's setting up big expectations walking into this ancient city with this massive gate in front here. So
supposedly this area, Jerash, is the best preserved Roman city outside of Italy. So like Mike just said, we have expectations because we've seen a lot of Roman cities on this trip.
all right, Jerash, you're up to impress us.
All right, now we're at the Hippodrome, and you can obviously tell that it used to do sports races and chariot races, and it's very well preserved.
As a joke, because we've been to so many Roman Catholic cities, that we joke about what's the repetitive churches and stuff that they use for names. And on a whim, I was just like, hey, do you think we're gonna find a Catholic church, St. Paul and Peter Cathedral or whatever? And come to find out, there was a site here at one point for the church of St. Peter and St. Paul.
They've excavated 17 different churches here. We're standing in, I believe, St. George, and you can just walk right up to the mosaics on the floor and see how beautiful they are. We're now at the Temple of Artemis. Artemis is the patron saint of Jerash. But this temple is actually never finished. They plan to do 32 different columns, and they only actually got 12 up. They think that this was probably used as a Byzantine church during that time period as well. the height of civilization here in Jerash, there was about 20,000 people living here. This was a huge place. But then in 749 AD, there was an earthquake that basically demolished everything and the city was abandoned. So there's a small museum here, so let's go check it out. Well, Jerash really exceeded my expectations. We've been to a lot of Greek and Roman cities, and everyone said this was the best preserved and the biggest, and I have to agree. And I'm really glad we were able to arrange a taxi drive to get us up here with a couple of friends. So, I mean, it's so huge. It's got churches, it's got temples, it's got the cute little museum, and there are so many columns here. Hundreds, at least hundreds.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a visit. Really well preserved, as Chrissy said, and just even the little things. So like the museum, it's small, but yet seeing what they were able to find here is pretty impressive, and some of the quality of stuff that they're able to find. Overall, just absolutely worth a visit when you come out to Jordan.
Hello and Happy New Year! Woo! Today we are starting our rental car journey. We're gonna go down to Wadi Rum and Petra. It's gonna be like a 5-day journey, so we got a rental car, and here we go.
We made our first kind of quick break at the Mujib panorama spot here. So it's just a really tall canyon that we're going to be driving into and then coming right back out again. It's just kind of a quick down-up scenario on our next hour and a half or so. And right now it's raining.
Hello everybody, so after some fun driving south, we have made it to Wadi Rum, and technically we're not actually in it. We're actually staying in an encampment outside of it because they don't allow electricity inside, so if you stay inside you need to stay in a tent, and it's kind of cold.
We're not going to do that at the end of December, beginning of January. Actually, it's January 1st.
January 1st, so no. So we chose to stay at this camp because it has heated. Behind us is one of their dome tents. We're not staying in one of those. We're staying in a smaller thing, but if you want, you can stay in the dome tent and you can see outside. It's supposed to be really pretty.
Tomorrow afternoon, we have a Jeep tour set up. It's about 4 hours. I guess it covers some of the Lawrence Arabia areas in this area. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what this desert has to offer.
So we got about half hour before it gets dark. So we're gonna go on a little hike in the area. We have finally got it onto our Jeep tour.
Took a little bit and finally to get somebody's attention to get us on it, but we got on it. So first stop, top of this, one of many rocks that are protruding from the sand here. Just an awesome view, especially with kind of the sun just poking through the clouds here. But I'm sure we're gonna see more. So looking forward to the rest of this tour. What we're witnessing is the guy in the orange shirt is setting up the
Lines?
points where the line's gonna go through, I guess.
So he just free climbed up there.
He free climbed. Yeah, just grabbed the side and went up.
That's the reward he gets. They won't let him down. They're just gonna swing him there.
So right up there is the rock bridge.
There you go. It's a rock bridge.
Right behind me is the face of Lawrence, the Lawrence of Arabia, on this rock. I guess it was done back in 1917.
So I mentioned on the rock over there behind where Chris is filming, there's Lawrence's face. Well, behind me again, that is Lawrence's canyon. For whatever reason, I guess this is an area he frequented or he brought tours here. I don't know. This is the end of our desert tour. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do a sunset because there's clouds that are hanging right above the mountains. And so, as you can tell, just with our light right now, it's already going behind the clouds. So overall, fun time driving around Wadi Rum and checking out all the random highlight spots that are kind of goofy.
It's fun to experience what it is to be here in Wadi Rum, and glad we did it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, tomorrow morning we're going to leave our encampment and head down to Petra.